I started my first business when I was 15 with a friend, and I guess the bug bit early. We found that we could buy something and sell it and make a profit, and we funded overseas trips. I was lucky to do an engineering degree and have access to the internet, and it was an era, it was in the early 90s, pre-Netscape, when companies were using mag tapes to do updates on UMDAL mainframes, and we showed them that they could do this via the internet, that they could bring patches. So in 1993 we started what became, it was the first and the largest commercial ISP in Africa. That moment of truth was when people were paying us and there was just an enormous amount of demand. So I think there's a moment where you know that something can work, right? And if you're lucky, there are lots of embedded call options, derivative options, which you can call, and sometimes strategically it's the wrong thing to call them all at once, but something has traction. And that was the moment at Internet Solutions. I thought I'd do another startup after business school, but I got involved with enough really amazing entrepreneurs. And at some point, I thought I can kind of work with them and be aligned to them. And it took on a life of its own. I don't love the phrase, but I guess I was a classical super angel investor, backing my classmates, and then beyond that, going, meeting incredibly interesting, accomplished individuals that they introduced me to. Angel investing ultimately culminated in the beginnings of Founder Collective, when Eric Paley, who I had been lucky enough to seed early, sold his business to 3M, and the venture investors that had backed him offered him positions, and he said to me, look, let's do this full time. And what we tried to do was take this vision of being the most aligned fund for entrepreneurs and institutionalize that, which is easier said than done. How do you take the flexibility of an angel investor, the ability to kind of exercise conviction convincingly very early on? How do you institutionalize that? It's pretty challenging, and that's the road that we're on. I think I can help students by having walked in their shoes and tens of thousands of hours of pattern recognition. So having done a lot of consumer mobile startups, having done infrastructure, having done my own startup, which is very much at the beginning of the internet and creating the infrastructure of the internet. I think that the pattern recognition of those startups, the ability to see how it goes right, how it goes wrong, is something that I can offer.